Do you know the greatest weakness of man? Fear. Not the fear of monsters hidden beneath the bed, nor the fear of storms tearing through the sky, but the quiet, unbearable fear of the unknown. The fear of losing someone whose existence has become stitched into the fabric of our own. Perhaps that is what makes us fragile. Perhaps that is what makes us human. I do not know who will listen to these thoughts tonight. The summer air is strangely cold, and the moon hangs above like a silent witness, brighter than all else that dares to exist in the dark. But if your eyes have somehow found these words, perhaps you too understand something of loneliness. Tell me, have you ever wondered about the moon? We call him the guardian of the night. He watches over trembling roads and frightened souls, offering light to those swallowed by darkness. He guides weary travelers. He commands the tides without complaint. He aids fishermen who trust the sea more than the land. He reveals pathways to wandering ships that have forgotten where home lies. He watches over sleepers who never once whisper gratitude to the sky. Why does he do such things? Can you answer? No, perhaps there is no answer simple enough for us to understand. Instead, humanity blames him. We question why he does not shine forever, why he retreats when the sun ascends, why the tides he commands sometimes swallow the homes of those who live by the shore, why hunters borrow his silver light to slaughter innocent creatures beneath the quiet of night. We condemn him for the choices of mankind. We ask absurd questions. Why does he disappear? Is he frightened of the sun? Or perhaps he is the evil one, hiding himself when daylight arrives. Tell me, are these not foolish thoughts? You may think me mad for speaking this way, yet the moon has his purpose, his laws, his limitations. He is not the sun, nor does he possess light of his own. He borrows radiance from something greater and gives it to us when darkness grows unbearable. He knows what he is, and more painfully, what he is not. Still, humanity compares him. The sun is greater, they say, mightier, brighter, more powerful, and they are not wrong. The moon is powerful only because the sun first shared its light with him, so the world would not drown completely when night swallowed the earth. There are some nights he hides behind clouds, nights he leaves humanity trembling before shadows. There are nights when predators move freely beneath his silence, not because he lacks power, but because power alone does not grant permission to interfere. Even guardians must obey the laws written beyond themselves. Even mercy must kneel before balance. Perhaps that is why I understand the moon's silence. When I look toward the moon, I do not merely see him light against darkness. I see his burden. I see restraint. I see the quiet suffering of responsibility. I understand the weight of responsibility he carries, the loneliness of possessing power while remaining misunderstood. Perhaps by now you have realized what I truly mean. The sun resembles the Almighty, the creator of all living things. It is he who lends light to the moon, and perhaps, in some strange and undeserved way, he has also entrusted me with a fragment of purpose, to protect the mankind, to preserve the humanity, to maintain the fragile balance of this world. The great architect exists everywhere at all times, but I do not. Like the moon, I cannot save everyone. I cannot be everywhere. I cannot protect every soul from sorrow, nor shield every family from grief. And sometimes, for the sake of many, I must become the reason one heart breaks. I must take away someone beloved, so that those who seek to poison society may remember that somewhere above them, the moon still exists. Yet they fear me, not their sins, not the darkness they create. Me. I become the villain in their stories, the shadow blamed for consequences they themselves summoned. And perhaps that is the loneliest burden of my life. With hands still stained by the justice no one asked for, I look up. Still, I pray every night, watching the moon suffering. O Almighty, if my hands must carry this weight, then grant me strength. Let me endure the hatred, the misunderstanding, the loneliness. Let me continue, for as long as breath remains within me, to protect what little light survives in this fragile world.